Hey designer friends, welcome to another round of quick portfolio reviews where I would tell you very quickly if I would hire this designer or not. Just for quick context, this does not mean to discourage you or tell you that you're not good enough. This is just purely what I see that you can improve right now. So don't take anything personally. I'm just trying to help you improve and tell you how I would see it when hiring another designer. Let's dive right into it. Okay, first portfolio. Lucas Holm, product designer for leading SaaS companies. Not bad. Not bad. Not amazing, but not bad. Typography is good. Works looking good. A little bit too minimalistic. Feels like this hasn't loaded yet. But overall, not a bad design. If you're looking for something minimalistic, I would hire. Next, Dusan GG. Hi, my name is Dusan. Honestly, already I can say the way that the type is laid out and the type selection and the number of colors and type here, not good. Not good typography, and that's not good. Visuals are pretty cool. This looks not bad at this point. Actually, you know what? Started off not that strong, but kind of like improving. So potentially, yeah, this one I would go with maybe for this portfolio because the works looks good. I guess a little bit more typography work because the starting of this website gave me kind of like a bad impression, but going down the page felt a little stronger. Next, looks pretty nice right now to begin with, kind of like minimalistic, very Apple-ish. Download CV, scrolling down. Very cute. Already I like it. It's optimistic. It's very clean. Looks good. The layout is good. The typography is good. Hierarchies are good. Yeah, looks very solid. Already logos that I know. Yeah, I would hire. Looks pretty professional. Love it, Ilya. Very nice micro interactions here. Good work. Would hire. Next, Anton. Hello, I'm a product designer with strong UX UI skills. Already strong. Love the good typography, good font choice, good layout, amazing image in the background. Already love it. Israel-based digital designer with over 15. That looks good. Looks good. Hovering on top of the work. Can't really see the works here, but again, visual and experience so far feels pretty solid. I would definitely talk to Anton. Next. All right, this one is for Elif. Already not sure about the illustration. That looks a little bit too artistic for a UX UI designer. Then the typography here already kind of like too much line height. Typography is not amazing. Logo is a little bit too small to the point where you can't see it. These are a little bit red flags to my point of view so far. Yeah, so I would say that this is for a UX designer who's probably solid on UX work, which it might be solid, but from a graphic design perspective, it looks a little bit too childish, so not sure about it. Next, we've got Sander Kalmus, senior product designer, spent 10 years. To my liking, this text is a little bit too long and the whole layout here missing kind of like hierarchies. So not sure. The work looks good and it's pretty minimalistic and solid. But I guess if you're a UX designer, the works actually looks good. So I would probably hire. I do think that the hero section can be more impactful, but I think I would still hire. All right, next we've got Louis, who has something pretty weird. Looks like a different kind of like layout with the things that's going on the left side here, but I can't scroll. Already kind of like confusing me, about me. I don't, resume, portfolio, kind of like weird. No, and this does not look good or doesn't show you. Obviously, you didn't design this logo, so I'm not sure what you designed. This is already, honestly, first review of this and the way that the color here and the glow effect, no, doesn't look good for me. I think this is trying to be too creative where it needs to just be more solid in terms of the design of the portfolio and just show me the actual work. So for now, Luis, not hiring. Next, we've got Jorge. Pretty similar kind of like layout to what we've seen from a UX designer previously, but this one I feel like the layout and the way that the text is cropped is a little bit better. But the works actually look pretty standard, I would say. So it looks okay, but a little bit even too okay. So this is a little bit too solid. I would say Jorge is probably an okay designer, but still early in his career. So for me, I would not hire at this point. I can't see anything that kind of like goes a little bit outside of the box. All right, next we've got Babasola, UX UI designer. This already, I can tell this is not good from a typography standpoint, from hierarchy standpoint, just like a bunch of text centered in different sizes, no clear hierarchy, already starting out not very good. Again, the work itself might be solid, but again, not a mock-up, not in context. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. Yeah, no, this, I think the works have potential, but the way that they're laid out in this portfolio and the spacing that we've got going on here, which shows me that, yeah, there's a problem with the basic kind of like layout graphic design, and we can see that from the grid here. So no, for this one, not higher. I think with works like this, the layout of the portfolio can be much stronger. All right, next we've got the last brand like it's your the last brand, Creative Studio. So far, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool experience. I love the typography, but I'm scrolling and I'm not seeing anything. Not sure if my computer is loading these slowly. Okay, now we've got them. The works actually look good. It's actually a cool scrolling experience that we've got going on here. Yeah, looks solid. Looks solid for branding. I would definitely talk to the last brand. Looks good. Good kind of like transactions between the sections. Love it. I would hire. All right, turning your vision into results. We specialize in building Webflow. So far, I have to say, just from the layout of the hero section, it's to me kind of like a red sign. The spacing between the typography and the arrow here, it's not good. This is nice just because it's the trendy bento, but still kind of like I'm not sure where to look. Should I look at the animation? Should I look at this? It's a little bit messy. So I would say for Webflow design, for Webflow development, maybe. For design, I think we can clean this up a little bit. It's a little bit messy, and we can improve typography a little bit. So I would hire you for development, not sure about design. All right, Margot. Starting off with showing work, which I love, and the works looks actually pretty cool. And then so you have to scroll to understand whose website is this. Margot, Silent T, Harrington, Art and Design. Happy you're here. Not sure why this is in a position where I can't read it. I have to say this is intriguing. If I would hire her for her artistic abilities, if I need an illustrator or somebody like this, I would hire her even though the portfolio has got problems like the one here. I also like this font. It's kind of quirky. So if I need something quirky, I think that Margot can do it. So I would hire her if that's what I need. Not probably for graphic design, more probably for art, illustration, that kind of stuff. All right, next. Okay, the unlimited design service. Every great design begins with an even better story. Already not sure that, I like this. Not great contrast here. Everything looks kind of like washed out. This pop-up is the main thing that we're seeing here, but I'm not sure whose website is this. I can see Josh here, but there's no logo. The logo is here, and even here, I don't know who am I hiring. Yeah, too many things that are, yeah. From quick glance, I would say a little bit too messy, and the works looks decent though. The works looks decent. So it's kind of okay. Not bad, but not sure if I would hire at this point. Next, we've got Austin, design for really hard problems. I like this, but again, site under construction, mind the bugs, not a good thing. Again, I'm looking for whose website is this. It's here, so it's kind of like trying to be a unique layout, but for me, it's confusing, but it looks good. I don't know what is this. These are the visuals. These are some works. It just looks good. And typography is good and layout is good. So it tells me good thing. I mean, I'm a little prick, so I would say that I would like to see these things aligned. But Austin, yeah, looks good. I might hire you. Yeah, good work. All right, grow your business faster through better design. Looks solid, looks like a SaaS company, not really like a designer, kind of like the most trendy and generic design for SaaS. So if you're trying to attract SaaS companies, that might work. To me, again, I'm not a huge fan of this particular style, but again, I think that if your clients are kind of like SaaS tech companies, it might work for them. For me, this is a little bit boring for a designer portfolio. But again, you should be designing for your potential clients. So if your potential clients are kind of like SaaS companies, that might be solid work. Next, we've got Yaswanth. Not sure I'm pronouncing this correctly. Transfer ideas with code and craftsmanship. This is, so far, it's cool. I like seeing who I work with, and there's a little bit of artistic flair to it. Can't scroll to see work. So this is a bummer. This is a bummer. Let's go to projects just to see. Honestly, this is a little bit more this is kind of like disappointing. Just seeing the way the mock-ups are and the way that this is laid out with this hard shadows. So this is a little bit more disappointed to me. So it started off good, I think, with the homepage, but I think the work can be presented much better. So looking at this, not sure I would hire. All right, I am Ola Kodis, do web design. Two things immediately. I think the layout it's trying to be cool and kind of like gritty Swiss design style, but it's kind of like overwhelming. The typography is not, and the spacing here is not laid out well enough. And I think there's kind of like a glow effect to the text. I don't know, I'm not big into that. So far, based on what I'm seeing here, and again, I'm not seeing any design work, although there's a lot of art direction and brand strategy here, not hiring. Next, we've got Raymond Stone, product designer and filmmaker. I mean, it does not look bad, but you're looking angry at me. So I'm like, should I hire you? Is this how I'm going to be treated? It's kind of like, you're cool, but looks angry. Designing for Google. So that, again, the portfolio looks solid. You look like a solid designer. If I would, again, based on what I'm seeing here, I would say I could hire you, but I would be kind of like worried about you yelling at me if I give you feedback. So I would rethink the photo to something a little tiny bit more positive. You can be serious, but don't be angry, all right? Why so serious, I guess? All right, full stack developer building seamless mobile and web application. I mean, it looks good. It looks kind of like Netflixy, but then it's cut out here, which is not a good practice. So already kind of like a bad, I would say, red flag. Not sure why the alignment is like this. All right, so he's a developer, by the way, and not a designer. So I don't know if it's fair to judge him by design. If I have to judge about as hiring a developer, looks like he's got a bunch of things here. And actually, it doesn't look too bad. So I think for a developer, I might hire Anesh for if I need like mobile application development. Yeah, I might hire. Next, we've got Camilo, digital product designer. It's too minimalistic, I guess, and very hard to read. Text is too small, so that's kind of like worrisome. Then we've got here text on top of work, which has text heavy, so that's not an amazing design, and that's already tells me that if you did this, then there are problems. You do not, that's not readable, and you don't want to present works that way. So yeah, it has potential. It has potential, some small tweaks, and that can be good. But as it is, Camilo, not hiring. All right. Next, we've got Kevin, product manager, designer, passionate about creating. Okay. So this, maybe it's not a designer's website because it doesn't look, maybe it's a product manager and he's telling us, what he was working on. So I'm not sure if to judge this as a designer website or a product manager website. For a product manager, my role, design and product manager, then this is a good case study. I guess I think this is probably strong for a product manager, but for a designer, I would want to focus on design and not kind of like parts of I would start with the end. How does things look at the end? And now that I'm scrolling through this, I didn't get to any kind of like wow moment in terms of how the UI ended up looking. So I think this is pretty strong for a product manager, but for a designer, you want to put the design in the front, and this is currently not selling design. So again, hire for a product manager, not necessarily for a designer. All right, next we've got Tejas, product designer, specialize in helping startups from 0 to 1. It's the hierarchies here don't make sense. Like the text explaining who he is so small, while the best thing that we have here is kind of like the product designer, and there's a lot of things on the screen. So hierarchies are not clear. And then here as well, just like putting everything in the front. Hierarchies are not very clear as well because this is white, so it grabs more attention than the actual name of the product and stuff like this. So while this potentially looks trendy with all of the bento boxes, to me it shows that there are still problems in things to be improved when it comes to design fundamentals such as layout and typography. All right, the last one that we're going to do today, we're going to do Le Main. Let's see this. All right, designing with instinctive excellent. I think this here already, we've got the same problem that we've seen before, which is hierarchies. I'm not sure if to look at this, which grabs most of my attention, then this, and this is also running. So my face is kind of like moving from face to face. I feel like we could have this, things that are changing here as part of the main title, but the way the things are look right now, already I can see that it's not organized. Now again, if you're a Webflow developer, I can see here things that are nice, nice to develop, all of the interaction. So I might hire you as a Webflow developer. The interactions and stuff like that here look very nice. So I might hire you as a Webflow development. But for web design, I see that there are still things around typography and hierarchies that can be improved. All right, this wraps it up for today. I feel like I said not hire more than I've said hire, and this does not mean that you're like my bar is too high. It just means that I see a lot of designers who can still improve on their typography work and hierarchy, which is spacing and layout. This seems to be a common theme throughout a lot of portfolios. So make sure you work on your core skills. Work on your typography, work on your layout, make sure that you space things, group things, and make them the right size to create proper hierarchies, because this is key. And immediately when things don't look good, people feel like, nah, I can't trust this person, and they might not hire you. While actually a lot of the works themselves were pretty good. All right, I hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.